Good morning and a very warm welcome to your 715th Empowering Morning Conversation. So, quick reminder that you are a wonderful, magnificent, extraordinary human being who deserves to be loved and respected for who you are. So, I don't want these words to become, just words that we listen to. Now, we've listened to these words so many times, you'll say, yeah, I know it. Yeah, but you are wonderful and you are magnificent and you are extraordinary. Okay, and you deserve to be loved and respected for who you are. So what I'm doing a little clearing here, what energy, space, and consciousness can I be that will allow me to love me, adore me, and my life, right and wrong, good and bad, potent, all nine shorts, boys, poads, and beyonds. Now, probably something which stops me from doing that is what we have done. So let's look at that. What have we made so vital, valuable, and real about decisions, judgments, conclusions, and computations that keeps you from living a life of infinite possibility? Everything that is times a godzillion, will you destroy and uncreate it all? Right and wrong, good and bad, pot and pog, all nine shorts, boys, poets, and beyonds. So today, I really want us to look at what conclusions, decisions, judgments, and computations we keep making whenever we get blocked. Whenever we get blocked and we get stopped. You see, if you have a mission, or if you have an objective, or if you have a goal, you will have to take actions to fulfill that goal, isn't it? Now, in your endeavor to fulfill those goals and objectives that you have, there are chances that you may come across certain obstacles, roadblocks. Now, what is it that you're going to do at that time when that roadblock happens is going to determine whether you're going to move forward with renewed energy and enthusiasm, or are you going to get stopped at that point of time? So I have a very simple question for all of you. Whenever you get stopped, so first of all, let's find out, when do you get stopped generally? So anybody wants to say, you are trying to do something, you get stopped? Yes, Babu?
Sir, we get stopped when we think of achieving something or doing something and things doesn't progress. So we feel that we will stop.
Yeah, so when things are not progressing.
Sir.
Right?
Our way.
Yeah, exactly. So when things are not progressing your ways, then what happens to you? What's going on in your mind at that moment?
So, we stop and think, why doesn't it happen? If it is repeated efforts are not rectifying that, we stop and think of the reasons why it may not be happening, and then try to work upon those that on the things because of which it is not happening, sir.
Yeah.
And try again to do those things in a different way or in a similar way, whichever way we feel or deem fit it to be, to achieve
exactly that. Now, what if you simply said, all right, what else is possible now? See, the moment you say I got stopped or I got blocked, is your mind saying it's okay that I got blocked, I will find a way to overcome it at that moment? Or,
sir.
Yeah, just look and see. When you get stopped, is your mind saying, oh my God, what has happened now? This is not good. This should not be happening. Or does your mind says that, okay, this is another thing. I mean, sometimes we will get stopped and let me find a possibility here. How to make it possible? See, eventually you're doing that.
So since mind computing is very fast, so all sort of thoughts comes in. Initially, it may have a feeling that, oh, it is not happening and all those stuff. But then again, when you overcome it and think about it, or when the aim which is much higher than what the mind thinks, then it starts thinking how what else is the way that you can achieve it, or why it is not happening. So, but initially that feeling will come, okay, it is not happening, what is so wrong or what I did wrong, something like that.
Yeah, beautiful. So you know, Babu said something very, very interesting. He said when your goal or your objective is more important than what your mind is thinking at that moment, you will keep going. When your goal or your objective is very important. Beautiful. Thank you very much. Yes, Vipin Kumar ji.
To your question, why do we get stopped?
No,
Sometimes we get
I didn't say why do you get stopped. आप जरा ध्यान से सुनना शुरू करो, please. I said when you get stopped, what is your mind saying? जब रुकावट आती है, उस वक्त मेरा मन क्या कहता है?
Okay, so I apologize कि
नहीं apologize की कोई गल नहीं है कि it happens.
तो जब हम रुकते हैं तो मेरा मन ये कहता है कि मुझे ये जो रुकावट आई है ये आई क्यों है, मैं रुकता हूँ थोड़ी देर के लिए हमेशा कि is it something which is natural or which is a symptom from universe to stop me, or it is something which is I should be overcoming. I take few seconds or few moments to think about it, and I try to redo it if it is a symptom which is stopping me. If I get that feel, then I sometimes take another turn and do something else. And if it is something which I don't feel like that it is a problem I need to overcome, I take my full force to go about it. Normally, I don't, consistency of the purpose is normally available with me. I never leave the purpose.
Okay, very nice. Thank you. Yes, Conan.
Yeah, very good morning, sir. So for me, whenever such situations arise, I always think that there is something better waiting for me, or there is something good in this situation if it is not happening. So that way I accept and keep moving forward without disturbing myself.
Good. In our language, we'll say, I am in allowance.
I am in allowance. Yes, sir.
See, when the moment you say acceptance, there is always a judgment attached to it.
Okay.
So you're judging it and still saying, ठीक है, फिर भी मैं accept करता हूँ. Allowance means, okay, this is the way it is right now. So what else is possible?
Right. Thank you.
And one trap. See, I was listening to Vipin ji. He does not fall into the trap. But usually what happens with people is when they get into know why is it happening, then they get sucked into the trap. They spend a lot of time in finding out why is it happening instead of moving on and saying, all right, how to make it possible. So jitne jaldi aap usse bahar nikloge, faster you get out of that, why is it happening, it should not be happening, blah, blah, blah. The faster you do that, faster your mind will get back to focusing on possibilities. And like Babu said, how important is your objective to you? Otherwise, you'll forget the objective and you will fight these little fights, wasting your time fights. Very nice. Thank you very much. Yes, Reddy Garu.
Good morning, sir. Whenever I get stopped, I feel that I assume that system works like that. Okay, how to come out of it? That's all.
Yeah. So the moment you say system works like that, that's called being in allowance. No? That is the way it is.
Yeah.
It is the way it is. Now, what else is possible?
Yes, sir.
Yes, Vipinji.
Recently, we designed one sugarcane ice block shaver, and my intention was to take it to Delhi from Pune for demonstration in an exhibition. We took every effort to take that piece of engineering to Delhi. Finally, from Pune railway station, it was not possible. It had to get back to the place. Everybody was saying, यार ये नहीं हो सकता यार, नहीं हुआ नहीं हुआ. मैंने कहा नहीं, अभी इतना कोशिश करने के बाद ये पीस मना कर रहा है, मैंने जाना ही नहीं है, कैसे लेके जाओगे आप? And I'll tell you later on, you will find कि अच्छा वो आप नहीं लेके गए. दिल्ली पहुंचे और हम इवेंट हो गया और उसके 3 दिन बाद वापस आके यहाँ पे उसको जब मैंने ऑपरेट किया तो there was some problem and it didn't work. तो मैंने कहा अगर ये प्रॉब्लम के साथ ये वहां पहुंच जाता और वहां पे पब्लिक में नहीं चलता तो it would have been a different issue. तो कभी कभी
Absolutely.
नियति भी आपको रोकती है, तो आपको इशारा समझना चाहिए उसका।
बिल्कुल,
उस वक्त
बिल्कुल।
आपको ज्यादा लड़ाई नहीं करनी चाहिए।
तो जब आप एक्चुअली इस चीज के लिए अलाउंस में थे,
हाँ जी, हाँ जी,
तभी आपको इशारा समझ में आया, तभी आपने
जी।
छोड़ा।
जी।
जब हम अलाउंस में नहीं होते हैं, समटाइम्स वो रेजिस्टेंस वाले एक्शंस इतने ज्यादा हो जाते हैं, तो यू मे एंड अप डूइंग समथिंग व्हिच इज नॉट एप्रोप्रिएट आल्सो, कि करना है, जिद है,
हाँ,
जिद है, बंद करो साले को,
हाँ।
पार्लियामेंट से हटाओ उसको, ये करो, वो करो। यस कुनैन साहब।
Yeah, just a thought, sir. So this situation might lead us to giving up early. What shall be the consciousness at that moment to, so that we don't give up also while we keep on trying?
Difficult for me to answer this question at this moment, because I usually don't give up. In that situation, if I'm in the presence, actually Vipinji had already given you an answer. But in this particular case, he tried his best, it did not happen. And then he realized कि बस अच्छा हुआ, because the machine didn't work. So is the providence trying to give me a signal? See, at the moment when you are stopped, providence may be giving you a signal कि don't go about it this way, go about it in another way. Objective तो नहीं छोड़ा ना. He did not give up his objective. That objective required one machine to go from Pune to Delhi or wherever. At that moment, Providence didn't allow it. Okay. So a number of questions can come now. Providence, what doesn't want his machine to be there right now. Right? But my project will go on. I'll come back and have a look at it again. There could be so many things. So we cannot make a general statement. See,
Yeah.
the thing is, that's why I always say formula nahi chalte life mein.
Yeah, what is coming to me, sir?
Did you hear what I just said?
Yes, sir.
What did I say?
Sometimes formula doesn't work in our life.
Yeah.
So what is coming to me as per the access consciousness, if I am in a situation and
आपने कर लिए क्या एक्सेस के कोई programs?
if I feel lighter, maybe that's could be a signal.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. If it make you feel heavier, then don't. By the way, have you done any of the access programs so far? Yes, no.
No.
तो बिना किए आपने इतने एक्सेस के बारे में ऐसे सीख लिया, क्या बात है. I have to give you a toll tax on it. So you see, you all have an opportunity to learn so many access tools even without attending access. अरे बाप रे, what a mistake I'm making. फिर कौन आएगा मेरे एक्सेस प्रोग्राम करने में जब सब कुछ फोकट में मिल रहा है इधर. Thank you, Ganen. That's a wonderful tool. Thank you for reminding everybody. All right. So yes, Babuji.
So there is another perspective of what Punensa told is like, do we actually leave a job without trying hard? Firstly, like,
That's exactly what Kunen was asking.
Yeah. So the answer is that when the purpose, when the task or purpose is important, never accept allowance or we never do like हम पूरी कोशिश करते हैं सर पहले.
अलाउंस में रह के कोशिश करेंगे तो ज्यादा पॉसिबिलिटीज आ जाएंगे.
And जब वो होके भी
Listen,
नहीं.
listen, Babu, you missed what I said. If you are in allowance and then you make your effort, you will move forward much more. Let me give you an example. All right. Now, this was a relationship issue I was facing. All right. So I was facing somebody's anger. And it was not the first time or not the first person with whom I was facing this anger, very close person. It was really bothering me a lot. So I was taking that anger head on. Yeah, I will do something to change that anger, right? I don't like this anger, blah, blah, blah. So that is called resistance. And nothing was changing. All right. One day, I stood in and very clearly looked at, hello, Sukhdeepak, what do you want? What is more important to you? The relationship is more important to you, or changing the other person is more important to you? Okay. See, my point of view of that time was, how can I love somebody who behaves like this? Huh? My judgment was what? I can only love somebody who's very nice all the time. So Deepak, you're a lovely fellow. Whatever you do, I will not get angry. My expectation was other person should always be an angel. You know, angel? She is now behaving like Durga. I don't like it. That is my judgment on it. And I was, resisting that situation. Nothing was changing. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years. One day I decided to become me cause. I said, what's more important to me? The relationship is more important, or changing the other person is more important. So I decided to focus on how do I make this relationship better. And I started working on myself. I am withholding my love because person is not behaving the way I want. I am withholding my love. I'm not giving it. All right. When you don't give that love, other person knows it. Right? Because the other person is not accepting that there is something not okay about the way they behave. They say, okay, I get angry, so what? That's my nature. Okay. But when I was in allowance to that, and I said, all right, what is more important to me? My love for this person, having a wonderful relationship with this person, which one is more important? When I started focusing on that, all right, the next thing which became possible was for me to realize, okay, listen, why do you have such a problem with anger? Is this trying to teach me something? All right. Then I realized that right from my childhood, I have always resisted anger. So first I was running away from the anger of my father. Then I was running away from the anger of my teachers, and so on and so forth. This was history going on, happening again and again. So I said, that means that I am a person who cannot handle a situation where somebody is angry. Okay. Now, it so happens that a person who is very close to me is getting angry. So my expectation is very high. No? You have more expectations from someone who's close to you, isn't it? So that was making me more upset. But I was in a state of resistance. So any action that I was taking was not producing the result. So one day I said, listen, I don't care. You want to get angry, get angry. You want to get angry more, get angry. I don't care, right? You try whatever you want. I'm not going to leave you. I'm going to make this the most beautiful relationship on this planet. And when I said that, something changed in me. I don't even know what changed in me. But the funny thing which happened was that the person stopped getting angry so much after that. When I gave up my resistance to the anger, see, for me, what was the roadblock? रुकावट मेरे लिए क्या थी? रुकावट थी दूसरे इंसान का गुस्सा. It was taking me away from what? Problem. My objective. No, it was taking me away from my objective. No? What is the objective? To have a loving relationship with this person. Isn't that the objective? If you did not have that objective, you would not be there with the person. Nowadays, it's very easy to leave anybody. So, important thing is, like Babu said, is my relation, is my goal very important to me? And to be aware of that goal at all times. When we get the survival situations, every blockage is a kind of survival situation, isn't it? That time we tend to forget the objective and we get into what do we get into? Fighting, judging, resisting. Now, inside of that, and a lot of times, why did this happen also? It is not coming to find a possibility. Aisa kyun ho raha hai? Why is it happening? Why is it happening? Doesn't change anything. If you're coming from allowance and saying, all right, I'm doing a root cause analysis, to create a new possibility, then something new will happen. Now, the moment you give up your judgment, your computations, your decisions, your conclusions, you'll find lot of conclusions you have made. Lot of conclusions you are making. In future, I will not talk to this person. In future, I will not waste time with this person. In future, I don't want to be in the presence of this person. एक ही घर में रहेंगे मगर बात नहीं करेंगे. तुम अपने रूम में, you stay in your room, I'll stay in mine. Or conclusion is you start talking, I'll switch off my ears. So I'll do, but actually not listen. So many conclusions you will make. In that drama, you will forget what is the purpose of this. What is my goal? What's my objective? All right. So that was what I wanted to say to you all today. And having said that, I want to hand you over to a person who will do your brain exercise. So who's going to do the brain exercise today? Is the person there? Leena ji is there. Neeti ji is there.
Neeti is not there. I can handle it, sir.
Achha, you have a handle. Okay, go ahead. First, you do only the brain exercises.
Yes, sir.
Then you hand it over to the Captain
Yes,
Shantil
yes.
Kumar for the 7 minutes. Wala. All right.
Yes, sir. Okay, sir.
Great, fantastic. So I'm going to leave you guys today because I have to go to the
Yeah.
doctor. So you guys carry on.
Take care, sir. Bye.
Bye bye.
Take care, sir. Take care.
Good morning again.
Get well
Wonderful
soon.
friends. Yes. Let us all send a lot of positive energy to Sukdeep sir. Let him get well soon so that he will gain back his dynamic force, magnetic voice, where we all love to hear that. Okay, let's start brain exercise. Just keep your hand, keep it straight. Let it be exercise to the shoulder also. Just make sure that it's straight and visible. And fist and hand. Start doing it slowly. Wonderful. Actually, we have backup of Priya, but Priya is next time Priya will do lead. She's master pro. Yes. Correct. Your moments are like very poetic. Great. We are getting into next. What is next? Thumb and
Thumb
middle
and
finger.
pinky finger.
Yes. Priya, can you lead? Just keep your hand. Now I highlight Priya. Priya will lead us. She's a pro. Explain and do it. Explain and do it.
Okay, everyone. So this is take left hand thumb finger and right hand pinky finger. So we'll do like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Next is victory and pistol.
Victory outside.
Victory is outside and pistol. So we'll switch victory and pistol. Victory. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Next is the elephant one. We'll clap, and with one hand, we'll touch our nose. With other, we'll touch our ear. Make sure the easiest way is the hand with which you're touching your ear should be outside. So we'll start, clap and touch your ear, clap, touch your ear. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So far, so good. Let's start with the spider one. So you have to use your index finger and the middle finger. Keep one hand index finger like this and another over it. Then comes the middle finger of the left hand and then the middle finger of the right hand. And slowly you have to keep your fingers up. Move your fingers in the upward direction like this. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This is how you do the spider one. Next, we'll do one more, which is 5 and 1. We'll keep switching from 1 to 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. This is all for today. Over to you, Mitchell, sir.
Wonderful, Priya. Thank you very much for that. And you're actually a trainer. I have been noticing you since 5 a.m. time. Beautiful voice and great slow explanation. But see, everybody is clapping. And happy to know your beautiful Mehendi also.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you very much. Next, we have an amazing speaker who has accepted to give 7 minutes speech, and that is the Honorable Captain Senthil sir. Over to you.
Thank you everyone. Good morning. So, in fact, I was going through a little bit of struggle in the last couple of days, and it seems Vetri had sent a message yesterday night, but I saw in the morning, and I thought, let me speak about that only. And it's not that this is the first time I go through this. In past also, I have gone through this. I'm talking about motivation, right? Some days you feel like, or in a stretch also, you feel like your motivation level is less, right? So, and I realized it very soon that no, this is not me. I have to be energetic. How do I motivate myself? So whenever you go through such a situation, at least let me give my experience, how I come out of little bit of down to come back again to my level of energy and, being positive. So whenever I am down, I think of my past, right? So where have I come from? What all I have gone through? There have been days where when I just think of that for a moment, I feel like, oh my God. So I've gone through that and I've done that. For example, I was in Kashmir one day during one of the operations. That day it was not, actually I was not planning to go for the operation because it was a very small intelligence. So I thought my Jawans will do it. But my CO in the evening around 6 o'clock, he called up, he said, Santhil, no, the intelligence is strong, you need to go. You need to go for that ambush basically, right? So you all know what is ambush, where we go and sit at a place and expecting some terrorists to come and do the operation. So this place what I'm talking about is bang on the LOC, where there is an electric fence. So in the evening around 6 o'clock, they switch on the electric fence, and next day morning, the first light only they will switch it off. So once it is switched on, you cannot cross that till it is switched off. So our post was beyond the fence, and we were seated in a position where it was in our territory, I mean, inside our territory, and we were expecting terrorists. So around 6 o'clock, 6:30, we went and sat, myself and 4 of my Jawans. And it was August month. So in Kashmir, in August, you don't feel that much cold. So I didn't take any winter, coat parka and all. I just went and sat there. Suddenly the weather deteriorated. In mountains, you know how it changes. And it started raining like hell. From evening 7 till 10 o'clock, it was we were totally drenched. We couldn't see anything, totally pouring. And all that we had was 2 tin sheets. And under that tin sheets, we were just sitting there, myself and my 4 of my Jawans. At 10 o'clock, the temperature fell so low, it was in 2 degrees or 3 degrees. We were shivering. Nothing, no help, nothing can be, because it was thick of the jungle. Your post is, on the other side of the fence. Since the electrification, you can't go. There is no order. Whatever happens, you can't switch off the electricity because that's a big grid. So we were just hoping that this night should get off well, and morning, whatever happens, let's see. Whole night, actually, there was not much movement. Maybe the terrorists also got in the rain, so they also didn't come. So for us that day, common enemy was the weather. From night 10 o'clock till morning 5, friends, I tell you, I would have seen my watch at least 40 times to 50 times, at least. I used to think, okay, it might have been 1 hour, and then look at the watch, we would have just spent 10 minutes or 15 minutes. So that was the longest night in my life. Literally shivering, entire thing. All my 5 of us, we were sitting just like this. And then in the morning, when we got up 5 o'clock, and the electricity, this fence was switched off. We were about to go to our post, which usually we used to just run in 10-15 minutes. That day it took 45 minutes, and I would have fell down at least 10 to 15 times. We couldn't walk. It was completely jammed, packed. I mean, the legs got completely jammed. And then when I came and I hit my bed, that was the most, I don't know when I slept, and next day evening, 8 o'clock, I got up. So such things, I've gone through that. So it shows how much you are capable of, how much you can be resilient if you want to. Situation pushed me, but that day I came to know what I am capable of. And that moment, I need to motivate myself and my Jawans also next to me, 4 of them. So till today, whenever I am down, I think of those days like that. Many of them are there like that. And then I think, so that is one way, friends. You think of your past, think of your worst times, and then you say, yeah, you have been there, done that. What is this? This too shall pass. Right? That is first mantra. I don't know. I'm not keeping a tab on the timing. Vetri, please let me know if I am stretching it too far.
Sure.
Second, first, think of the past. And next, whenever you feel down, if you don't like to get up from your bed, we say in the army, get up, dress up, show up. 50% of the problem will be solved. Other way, we tell it as right place, right time, right rig. Rig means your dress. So right place, right time, right rig, or get up, dress up, show up. If you do that, you take a shower and get up, put on, move out of that bed, then I think half of your battle is won. That is another thing I always think of. Okay, I'm not at all feeling good, but let me do it. At least let me get up. If you get up, half the battle is won. This is another thing I do. And third, of course, the motivational video, somebody else also said, right? Whenever you're down, you look at the videos or speak to your mentor. I always have one mentor that will help. Like I told you guys, when I went for my interview, as my CEO told me, I just asked for half a day leave. He said, no, take the full day off, and I'm sure you will get through. So those kind of words you think, again, you remember those. So speak to your mentor if required. That will help. Think of a bigger achievement, what you are, not only the bad ones, even some good things you have done, you have achieved something in your life. Like I commanded my passing out parade during my FOs in front of my parents, and I was given best cadet of the best trainee of the year in front of my dad, which was the proudest moment. So you will have some moments like that in your life. Think of those moments. That will also help you to regain your motivation. And last but not the least, and yesterday's session of Vetri, I also feel we should always remember that. Always be grateful, have gratitude, and appreciate what you have. And third one, celebrate. I think that's all. I think I'm within the time. Is it fine, Vetri?
Absolutely, sir. That's a great thing. And this is what I call as synchronicity, isn't it? Sir started today's discussion saying that when we get stuck, when we face roadblocks, what is happening inside us? How do we handle it? A perfect example directly from the line of control, and that too from a veteran and real experience. That night, if it is for an ordinary person, it would be like end of life. But the person who has got something great inside has got ability to see what else is possible. Keep going. It is a live example, Sendil sir. Thank you very much for that. And definitely these are great lessons. And thanks to EMC once again. We are so fortunate to get these live lessons. Thank you for taking time and sharing this story with us. And on a lighter note, which I always say, you said 4 or 5 formulas. One among is dress up, pressure, dress up, and so. So my wife has got a formula. Whenever she feels dull or depressed, she has a formula like fresh up, dress up, and shop. That's also another, just on a lighter note. Thank you very much, Sindhu sir. Now let's get into discussion, and Kunenji wants to say something. Go ahead, Kunenji.
Yeah, thank you, Vetriji, and salute to Captain Senthil. Thank you so much.
Thanks.
Inspiring.
Thank you. Thank you.
And this reminds me, Vetri and all, so Deepak sir always tell us, even though if you don't have such past wonderful memories, he said that without that also you have the power to change your emotions without any reason. And that's, I would like to add on to Captain Senthil's the number of things what he mentioned, that even though if you are not getting anything, just without any reason, you can change the emotions as we do the laughter exercise. So we do have that power as well. Just get rid of the situation or emotion whatsoever and change it instantly. So thank you so much, sir.
Thank you, Kunenji. Vipanji, please.
Sir, so Deepak sir was sharing his experience of some anger management. So I also went through the same things, and what changed me, I would like to share that. But there is a small story, hypothetical story, which after listening that story, I changed myself. So I would like to share that particular story with, if allowed, right?
Please go ahead, sir.
Sir, I had a lot of issues with my better half because I never tried to understand her, and I was also doing the same thing to fit her in my frame. So one fine day, I heard a story from someone. So that story is, there was a Rakshas, you can say Rakshas means some Rakshas English, I don't know. So devil, yes. So outside a village, and he always used to ask the villagers to send someone every day to him, and he used to please that person too much, like too much of wealth and food and everything. The person was delighted like anything, and after that he used to ask that person to sleep in the room. So the bed on which he wanted him to sleep was either very short or very long. So when the person used to sleep, and that devil used to either cut the legs to fit him into the bed, or stretch him, and in that process the villager used to die. So this actually what is happening is that the devil is inside us, and he was not a devil, he was playing, he was trying to fit the person into that bed. So when in our relationship also we act like a devil when we try to fit the other person in our own frame, and in that person the other person is bleeding actually. So when I heard this story, I immediately found that actually I am the devil. I am trying to fit my wife into my framework, and I'm not trying to understand what is she. I have to accept whatever she is. So 10 years of long disturbance ended up with this story only. And the second day, I asked her that whatever is there with you, it transformed me like anything. Like I was able to see the things with a different angle. Anything which was bad for me, but now was now a very good thing for me. The things which used to bother me were turned to a point of joy for me. So this story is always here in my mind in every relationship, in my employees everywhere. That if I am trying to fit someone in my frame, I'm the devil. So when you change yourself from that devil to a normal person, things will change. This is the story I wanted to share.
Amazing, Vipanji. Thank you very much. I highly recommend you, all the stories you collected, you bring it as a book, because I still remember, I keep saying wherever I go, your first story which you told us, that borrowing of the grass cutter. That's amazing.
That's very
insights.
powerful to
Seriously.
recover you from that state. Actually, very powerful.
Judgment and inside self-talk inside. Oh my God, so many profound things are there, and now it is a Rajesh story. And on a lighter note, since Sarah is not there, we can take liberty of talking anything. I just want to put it end with a comedy, saying that after realizing this, we are torturing people with this cart. So I have thrown away the small cart and bigger cart. I bought a beautiful 5x6 cart and started living happily. 5x6 cart. Wonderful. Thank you very much, sir. This is amazing. We are done with the sharing. Let us go to Sairi's part and let's close the session. Kuldeep ji, good morning. Please help us.
Good morning, Vetri. Am I audible?
Very much, sir. Very much. Loud and clear. Please go ahead, sir.
I want to say something about the excellent leadership which Captain Senthil has provided.
Please go ahead, sir. Please go ahead.
What are the common question of a common man about a leader? 4 lines in a poetry form. कि इधर उधर की बात न कर, इधर उधर की बात न कर, बता ये कि कारवां लुटा कैसे. Person is thinking, asking the leader, इधर उधर की बात न कर, बताइए कि कारवां लुटा कैसे. मुझे रह जनों से गिला नहीं. रहजन मतलब ट्रबल मेकर, गिला मतलब शिकायत. मुझे रह जनों से गिला नहीं, तेरी रहबनी का सवाल था. Rahbani means leadership. I translate, don't talk irrelevant. Please tell us how this chaos has been created. I have no complaint about the troublemakers, but where was your leadership? Thank you very much.
Excellent. Kuldeep ji, that too with your force voice.
Sir जी मुझे लिखने पड़ते हैं आपके सारे. You're too good. I have to write always whatever you're saying to remember.
बताऊं फिर से क्या?
हाँ जी दोबारा बोलो सर.
इधर उधर की बात न कर.
जी प्लीज.
बता ये कि कारवां लुटा कैसे.
जी.
मुझे रह जनों से गिला नहीं.
जी.
तेरी रहवरी का सवाल, रहवरी का सवाल था.
रहबरी.
रहवरी means your leadership. तेरी रहवरी का सवाल था.
थैंक यू सर. थैंक यू.
मतलब अच्छी
आप दोनों जुनैन सर और आप कमाल की बातें कहते हो सर. आके मुझे लिखनी पड़ती हैं बार बार.
Thank you.
थैंक यू.
That's a great gift for EMC. Seriously. And they can tell the entire session or the whole book.
मुझे भी
that's 2 lines.
लिखना चाहिए, मगर इतना जल्द.
मैं आपको अलग से बोल दूंगा. भेज दूंगा. आपने नंबर भेजो मुझे, मैं आपको लिख के भेज दूंगा. या मैं उस पर बेटी जी को भेज दूंगा.
Sure. I will connect you to the synergy.
प्लीज.
ट्रीट शेयर एंड ट्रीट में डाल दीजिए ना जी, सबको आ जाएगा.
Yeah, please, thank you.
जी.
Thank you very much. Now,
वही तो उससे में डाल दो तो we can keep it. It always stays with us.
But EMC में only admin can do it. I will send it to
please, sir.
any of
Please.
the admin.
Yeah. You can tell me, sir. I can do it. Great. Thank you, sir.
No, कुलदीप जी और एक ग्रुप है रिट्रीट करके. रिट्रीट करके दूसरा ग्रुप है EMC रिट्रीट करके.
अच्छा,
उसमें पोस्ट
हाँ वहाँ डाल सकता हूँ.
वहाँ डाल दीजिए.
Thank you very much, sir. Thank you very much.
हाँ,
And,
उसमें रखो. हाँ.
ठीक.
Thank you. Vipanji, your hand is raised. Do you like to say something?
नो लोअर नहीं हुआ था पहले वाले
No, no problem, Ji. Thank you very much. And Puneet Ji, it's your time.
Let's close the session with such a wonderful shairi from Kuldeep sir.
No. We want you to tell the radio announcer.
What is coming to me, getting inspiration from today's talk of Sukhdeepak sir about the resistance, allowance and all that, अर्ज किया है कि जिंदगी में सीखा है एक ही सबक हमने, जिंदगी में सीखा है एक ही सबक हमने,
ये सबक हमने
एक हर सितम के बदले में हंस के बस दुआ देना,
बहुत
हर सितम के बदले में हंस के बस दुआ देना, जिंदगी में सीखा है एक ही सबक हमने.
वेरी गुड.
Translation, you have to pray. That is
Translation, Venkatesh will do.
Lovely.
What is the actual meaning of sitam, please?
Sitam is torture, hardship, difficulty.
Yeah. That actually we say that God bless you even for any hardship we face. We have learnt only a single lesson. एक ही सबक सीखा है हमने कि for every hardship or anything thrown upon us, we say that God is with us. Please bless us like. That's the this
With a smile.
and a smile. Face it with a smile.
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you, Puneet. Wonderful. Thank you very much. And with the smile Puneet ji mentioned, let us close the session and get back to the business. We'll come back and share what's happening in our life. Thank you very much for everyone, especially to Kuldeep ji, Puneet ji, Senthil ji, Venkatesh ji, and everyone. Vipan ji. Bye-bye.
Bye.